astavakra Geeta. Continue in English. Astavakra says, you need not to be devotee. You need not to be devotee. You be God directly. You become God directly. When a man does not see any scene, his mind does not get any idea of the scene. When his mind is blank, he has nothing to suppress. When you are awakening, you do not require any outer efforts. You do not require any outer efforts. You are already awakened and nothing disturbs you. You have seen the ultimate within. No more efforts are required now. Astavakra says there is no necessity of seeing a devotee. You are already complete. Do not go for rituals and prayers now. The force for which you worship, pray, and meditate is already within you. You just realize His presence within you and be peaceful and unattached with all other things. All around the nature is playing several games, but the learned wise man is not concerned with such games. The games go, but the learned only sees the nature and he is not concerned with all that. He is not attached. He is not attached under such emotions. He is not bound. And then, why salvation is required when he is free? Once you are bound by natural games, then you want to get rid of them. A learned person takes the temporary world as a net separate to entangle you so that you cannot reach him. The person who goes for meditation is thinking to be thoughtless. Person who goes for meditation is thinking to be thoughtless. You are in the scene and have all sorts of thoughts. The mind depressed of worldly thoughts takes you to meditation. Awakened one's inner consciousness is at peace without thoughts. There is no ego, no desire. When you have learned the art of sitting thoughtless, you have learned the art of sitting thoughtless. Meditation means you just be thoughtless. Realize the soul which is never destroyed and is permanent. Once you realize this, that there is no body, no knowledge, no passions, no desire, no ego, then you are only soul within. The person who has realized the value of the soul within, which never dies, gets rid of all worries. All problems in life arises due to thoughts. If someone abuses you, you immediately react. A learned is still under all emotion, whether happy or unhappy, respected or disrespected. He sees but never reacts. He is contented in every position. He reaches the stage that is attached with the inner soul, inner consciousness. Transform yourself to that even death is no fear, and you see him in death also. Gautam Buddha once heard the song. The essence of the song was, do not lose the strings of sitar because the music will not be correct. Do not lose the strings of sitar because the music will not be correct. Also, do not tighten so much that they break. Under both conditions, you cannot play sitar nicely. Buddha realized the meaning within and left everything in life and became Buddha. First, the ordinary person is busy in worldly affairs. He tries hard to leave them. After leaving them, he is busy in prayers to get salvation. Again, he desires to get salvation. It means he always desires for enjoyments or salvation. Desire is there always. With desire, you cannot get anything. You have to be desireless. Astavakra is not against prayers and worship, but he preaches to do all but not having any desire. Do all but not have any desire. To do all and forget the result. Fool renounces the act and control the heart by stubbornness. Fool renounces the act and control the heart by stubbornness. Foolish person does not leave his foolishness. He acts as if he has left thoughts from outside, but within he is the same desires person. His ideas and thoughts do not leave him, though his actions have been controlled by him. No use. Thought waves are more dangerous than physical actions. If you control your thoughts, your actions will be stopped automatically. It is very easy to control actions, but it is very difficult to control thoughts. It is very difficult to control thoughts. Whose actions are destroyed by wisdom is wise. Whose actions are destroyed by wisdom is wise. Only by wisdom and understanding you can control your actions and not by efforts. One thing is certain that neither the devotee does any act or the learned wise does act. It is only God who gets things done, whether by devotee or a learned person. The thoughtless and fearless learned person always remains balanced and peaceful. He is always the same, neither light nor darkness, nor renunciation affects him. One who has realized his inner self, which is always shining, is really great. God is not only the light, He is dark also. Neither there is light nor dark or terror for a yogi, who is always the same under all emotions. He does not allow unwanted events to affect his mind. Similarly, an emotionless yogi has no discriminations. We have always heard that God is like supreme light, wonderful light, Divya Jyoti. Astavakra says, God is neither the light nor the dark. Just you try to understand that if the dark and light mix together, what will happen? Whatever will, it will be very wonderful. Whatever will be, there will be indescribable, which cannot be described. Otherwise, people could have described already. Because whatever we will say will create duality. Lord Sri Krishna also said the same thing in Srimad Bhagavad Gita that I am the light and I am the dark too in chapter 10. Darkness is also I, and moreover sins are also I. Devotees have not taken care of that because that does not suit them, does not suit their mind. There is a very old story. Two young men have approached to a guru and requested guru to educate them. They requested guru to teach them spirituality. Guru said, I will take your exam first. Take this. Guru has given two pension each one and said, go somewhere where there is no one and kill them. Kill them where there is no one to see. Then come to get the spirituality. One young man ran away in the side by street. There was no one. He turned the neck of the pension and killed him. Came back to Guru and said, take it. Work is completed. Now give me the teachings. Guru said, wait. Let the second young man come back. So many days passed that second young man not came back. First one was very upset. He could not get the place where there is no one to see. He could not get the place where there is no one to see. Side street is enough. I also brought it killing in the same street. Guru said, keep silence and wait. Until and unless that second one will not return, I will not give you any reply. Let him come. Many days passed. Second one not returned. First one was very much worried. He said, you please give me your teachings. Now there is no hope to return of him. He has not come back. Don't know he will be back or not. Guru again said him to wait. Second young man came back after so many days. Second young man came back after so many days. He came with a live pension. He was not in very good position. He handed over the pension back. He handed over the pension back to Guru and said, "It is not possible. You have put me in problem. I have searched everywhere. There was no such place where there is no one to see. I went underground. No one was there. There were no rays of light even. There was no question of seeing by anyone. But this pension was looking at me. But this pension was looking at me. His eyes were looking at me. I said, is looking. I said, he is looking. I have closed him in a box so that his eyes could not see me. Then again I went underground, even though I was defeated because I was present there and I was also looking at him. You have said no one should be there. What is this condition? Now I take him anywhere, I will be present there. I am defeated. Now I came back. Now, if you desire, you give me your blessing, teaching. If you do not desire, don't give. But I have got a lot in this exam only. But I have learned a lot of in this exam. I have understood. I have understood one thing, that presence of oneness is such which never lost. That is mine. I have tested the soul. You have made me to feel the soul. Guru said, you will get the spirituality knowledge and said to first one to run away. Don't come back again. You sit in anywhere in the dark, but you are there. One thing you will feel even in the darkness, that is your being. That is your presence. That is your soul. That is beyond darkness. To know Him, there is no need of light. That is our self light. Who has realized it, he is blessed. Awaken is not concerned to hell, heaven, or salvation. Awaken one is not concerned to hell, heaven, or salvation. There is no heaven or hell or liberation for a learned man. Yogi viewpoint is his experience. Ordinary people talks about heaven or hell or salvation. Astavakra says that hell and heaven are the emotions of mind. When we go further from hell and heaven, we start thinking of salvation. But we are thinking. In the supreme state of consciousness, there is no hell or no heaven. Even there is no salvation. Further from this, no one has said anything. Further from this, no one has said anything. Lord Sri Krishna leaves you after taking you up to salvation. Astavakra takes you beyond salvation. Astavakra says, hell and heaven are the state of mind, and hurt it is okay. But when we are free from the emotions of mind and heart, that experience is called salvation. But the experience is also for time being. Astavakra says, awakened one sees nothing, neither hell, nor heaven, nor salvation. He sees neither pain nor pleasure. Where there is left nothing, all left. There is no boundary. You became boundaryless. When you lost yourself, then indescribable born. One who ever is in equanimity is happy. One who is ever in equanimity is happy. The mind of a learned person is always cool. He does not die to become yogi. The mind of a patient person is always cool and full of nectar. That is why he does not pray for anything. When he gets nectar, he experiences God, the real power. He is away from the cycle of life and death. The learned person does not pray for does not pray for good persons, and he also does not criticize the bad person. He is always the same in happy and unhappy emotions. Such a yogi is always happy when a man is so balanced that he is not moved in good or bad, right or wrong, life and death. He is called omniscient. He feels that he has nothing to do now. Awaken is somewhere where there is no death. Awaken is somewhere where there is no death. Astavakra says that the day you understand that this world is useless, all that you see here is only a dream, then you will realize the soul. When you got the soul, your search is over. The learned person is considered as dead in the worldly sense, but he is very much alive as he has reached the final destination, where there is no death. Hence, learned only is alive. Astavakra says the learned person is not attached of his wife or son. He is never after any desire. He is away, he is away free from his bodily worries, and he is always happy without any expectations and hopes. He is above life and death. He is not involved in his sensual activities. He is away from I, my, and you type of relations. His love is above all worldly material things, and he is always lost in godly feelings. For him, love is God. He knows and understands that everything is unreal and expects soul. Death of the body is must, so why to worry for this? What is must is always must. No one can avoid. Why worry for certainties in life? Awaken is always peaceful and liberated. Awaken one is always peaceful and liberated. A man of real knowledge knows that the world is without any purpose or desire, happiness or unhappiness. Wherever night falls, he sleeps, and when the day begins, he moves on. He is happy, no worry at all within. He is real and the same everywhere. He is real, contented everywhere. The saints are never worried whether this body lives or lives not. For him, the whole earth is worth living, whether this body lives or not. For him, the whole earth is worth living. Nothing is good or bad. He who finds a rest in himself does not try to find peace elsewhere. He carries no unnecessary tensions with him. He is just at peace with himself in whatever conditions he lives. Neither he is concerned with physical nor mental problems. For him, nothing exists to efforts him. One who is soul minors always forgets the world. Similarly, anyone who is involved in worldly things forgets the soul. The soul is real and all else is unreal and will face an end ultimately. This body is nothing. This body is a thing of the world and so it is unreal. This body is a thing of the world and so it is unreal. He understands I am not the body, I am the soul. Astavakra further emphasizes that the learned aside the world attachments moves on freely on earth. No pleasure, no worries for him. He moves on independently, freely, with no attachments for anything. He feels I am nothing here. No rule and regulations of any kind for him in this world. He is neither defeated nor victorious. In his mind, whatever happens, let it happen. He is not concerned. It happens, I am not concerned. In the end, when all ways are open and all darkness is washed away from inside, what is left to trouble? What is left to give trouble? Nothing. Such loveless saints teach the stone and gold alike. No hatred for stone and no love for gold. Such a man only shines in the world, shines shine in the world because the dust of useless things is washed away. Unless the knots of the love and attachments are broken totally, you cannot experience the difference between the salvation and unreal world. Who is desireless cannot be compared. Whoever is desireless cannot be compared to anybody. How can you compare such a wise, learned person with anyone who are always drowned in the worldly pleasure, love, happiness, and all other attractions? One is totally contented in his heart, and the other one is always restless for one thing or the other. Desire of any kind, be it of getting God or salvation, is after all a desire. And desire is really bad for any good thing even. For any good thing even. Desire is desire after all. We have to kill this monster to move further to godliness. When the desires of all sorts are dead, then only you are liberated. It is above all and incomparable. Seeing but not seeing, speaking but not speaking. Such a person without any passion cannot be weighed against anything except the passionless and desireless person. Who else is to feel speechless, though speaking, blind, though seeing, and knowing everything, but actually not knowing? He who has renounced the present and future and is fully contented and satisfied in life, he is happy in this world all over. One who has forgotten good and bad, light and dark, worries and pleasure, days and night, defeat and victory, He is now neutral and nothing can disturb him. He is in peace. For him, a beggar and king are alike. He respects both. He cannot differentiate the right or wrong. Both are alike for him. He is damned happy in himself. No outer agency can please him. He is always and everywhere the same, like lotus leaf, untouched in the water, though always covered by them. This is the last emotion of a yogi, where there is no difference between bad and good. Astavakra is emphasizing his philosophy to Janak is now coming to an end. So far he has preached the freedom from everything in the world to make a person neutral to all effects. Now he wants to renounce the feelings of I. Now he wants to renounce the feeling of I and my and yours. We should compare the differences between ourselves to feel free. He wants to break the idea of not this, not that. In the end, he wants to tell that nothing is left and only the soul is the ultimate end of the everything, and we should care for that only. Awaken is self-contented and hopeless. Nobody can talk about a learned person experience that is self-executed without any desire. The bliss he gets cannot be spoken by tongue. Bliss he gets cannot be spoken by tongue. He takes refuge in his soul, and so he is contented and has no more desires for anything. One who has reached and found rest in his soul within and experienced the Lord Vishnu like peace in the surface of the sea needs nothing. Experience the Lord Vishnu like peace in the surface of the sea needs nothing. This is the ultimate arms of life. The real peace is there and nowhere else. After reaching the stage, he cannot share his emotions with anyone because either the other person is also there and need nothing to know, or the worldly person who is unable to know all. Every moment he is self. Every moment he is self contented, though seen sleeping but actually not sleeping, though awakened but not awake, and not seeing a dream too. Fourth stage is turning stage, when in laziness, though sleeping but is awake. The body is slept, the mind is also slept, but consciousness is very much awakened. Turning means as peaceful as it looks sleep, and similarly, but he is as awake as in the day. A learned person walks in the world quite slowly because he is careful on every step. He may not take a wrong step, and also what is the hurry? He is not to reach anywhere when he is just walking, that is all. Slow and fast moments do not affect him. Always be at peace and rest within. Always be at peace and rest within. No restlessness in life. He is the same in all places. He may be here or there, no difference. No one is waiting for him. He is not to see anyone. So time and place are natural for him. He says, I am the same at all places, always happy and peaceful. Time and place does not affect me. He maintained that he is only a witness and not a doer of any action. Not a doer of any action. Awakened one is always with and without. Awakened one is always with and without. A learned wise man, though away from senses, though with senses, but not sensual, though with wisdom, but away from wisdom, though with ego, but egoless, though with worries, but not worried, is always unaffected by anything. Though he has got a body, though he has got a body but feels bodiless always. He simply exists but not realizing his existence. He has got all the sense organs but always feels without them. Organs do not affect him under any circumstances. He understands that all sense organs are dead and wake only when sense force within to wake, wants them to wake. There is some divine force within which makes the eyes to see. ears to listen, nose to smell, touch to feel, and tongue to taste. In a dead body, all the organs are there, but the person cannot see, cannot hear, cannot smell, cannot taste, and cannot touch. Why so? Because of the consciousness, the main source has gone out of the body. The remaining dead body is useless. But a learned person, though very much alive, but keep his consciousness in control and does not allow the sense organs to react as per details of the mind. Does not allow the sense organs to react as per the details of the mind. As such, he is with the organs but without organs functionally. Learned person is neither happy nor unhappy, neither attached nor unattached, neither involved nor uninvolved, neither this nor that. He is neither with someone nor away from someone. Real thing is the soul. He knows what is real and what is unreal. He does not care for the unreal and cares for the real only. An ignorant person is always in trouble because he thinks the unreal is real. An ignorant person is always in trouble because he thinks the unreal is real. A literate is always free because he never thought that he is bound. He was free and he is free. He never looks like a pandit, but he is not learned. Though looks crowded by problem, but is not so. Many times people think a person not quite learned, but he is, because he is too simple in appearance that people cannot judge him correctly. Awaken is always equal everywhere. Awakened one is always equal everywhere. A learned person is always balanced and peaceful because he depends on destiny always. Because he depends on destiny always. He never remembers the action done or undone. A liberate person is healthy under all circumstances. He is contented with work done or not done. Even if some actions have been done unknowingly, still he never thinks of them. He never repents, whatever circumstances may be. He is what he is and is always happy. Whatever unwanted emotions comes, he accepts gladly and is never disturbed. He is always in peace. He is neither happy with his praise nor angry with his criticism. He is not afraid of death and he happily live life. He is the same in life and death. Both are the same for him. He is not in favor of life or against the death. Whatever comes, he welcomes happily. He sees and faces both happily. Astavakra sounds again that you are not the body, you are the soul. Body is unreal, soul is real. Body dies, soul is immortal. No one can disturb soul. It is your desire which wanders here and there after the death of your body, not soul. Remember, finally, Astavakra teaches that it is useless to run for forest. It is useless to run for forest or Himalaya. It is equally useless to run in this world for something. Always maintain peace and balance of mind, whether you are in the forest or in the world. A person who has peaceful mind does not go with the crowd of the world, nor does he go to the forest. He is equal at all places, under all emotions. He is in peace within. Be aware, if you are not happy at your place, you cannot be happy anywhere. One can be happy at all places. Places do not matter. It is you to know yourself. Thank you. Thank you.